My brain was on overdrive. It was like I was constantly on caffeine, despite having my last cup of coffee at around noon. I couldn't relax for a single moment. I'd go for a head massage and I'd be thinking about 30 other things. I just could not sit still. So, this constant need to prove myself, to achieve, put me on overdrive, which led me to completely break down. And when I say that, I'd say for about 2.5 months, I was in bed with my doors shut, my curtains drawn, not speaking to anyone, crying incessantly. For what reason? I'd start crying. I'd ask myself, why are you crying? I didn't have an answer. I would just keep crying. With my mom, I would bark. She would try and approach me to try and comfort me, and I'd just scream at her. I'd say, get out. You don't know what I'm going through. How can you help when you don't know what I'm going through, and I don't know what I'm going through? You need help, she'd say. I'm like, I'm helping myself. Who are you to tell me I need help? I'm an adult now. Can't you see I have this routine? Can't you see I'm achieving X, Y, and Z? What is your problem? And then I'd break down. It was a vicious cycle. And they were at a loss. They didn't know, like, what do you do when you're being off? What does a parent or a well-wisher do when they're offering one help and I'm unable to receive it? I didn't want to accept. I think the main thing was I didn't want to accept that I was depressed, because the stigma that depression carries with it in society today can be debilitating. People make fun of you when you say you're depressed. People mock you. They're like, it's an excuse, it's a crutch you're using to, you're making excuses for not being able to perform certain tasks. So that's the way I viewed it. And to come to terms with the fact that I not am, but was depressed was a very big thing. And I think even after realizing that, yes, there might be a problem, I was extremely reluctant to get that help. I think you can intellectually understand that something is wrong, but emotionally, it may not add up. It's not all, your emotional intelligence and intellectual intelligence are not congruent. So it was again that whole thing of just breaking down and sobbing. And I mean, after after I started help, it decreased. After my medications began, that anxiety came down. I was able to look at things more calmly. I notice the signs. I notice when I start to think in a certain way, when I start to get anxious. We've identified what these triggers are, and I pull myself up, and I very gently, you have to be very gentle with yourself. That's the main thing. Don't don't be aggressive with yourself. Do not reprimand yourself for not getting better at the pace you've expected. I tell myself, you're going to get through this.